Good morning everyone. In this lesson we're going to be solving reverse percentage problems. Let me show you what a reverse percentage problem is. Let's say I think of a number, 10% of it is 12. What was my original number? Do you see how this problem is slightly different to what we're used to? We're used to being given the original number, but now we're given 10% of the number and we're basically working backwards. We're trying to find the original number. So a reverse percentage problem is where you need to work out the original number given some calculation. So the calculation that they give us, they tell us that 10% is 12. So what was my number? We're going to call my original number 100%. Can you think of how to get from 10% to 100%? Well, I multiply it by 10, because 10 times 10 gives me 100, 120 times by 10 gives me 12 times 10 gives me 120. Therefore, my original number was 120. To check, you could work out what 10% of 120 is, and you will find that the answer is 12, so 120 is my answer. Please could you pause the video and have a go at this second question. So it's a little bit trickier, and then unpause it when you're ready for the solution. Okay, so 15% of x is 12. So what is x? So don't be scared off by this x, so this algebra. It's literally the same thing. It's basically saying 15% of some number is 12. What was that original number? Okay, so just because it's written in algebra, it's basically a I think of a number problem. Okay, so we're told that 15% of this number is 12, and we want to find the original number. So by the original number, in other words, we're looking for 100%. So we need to come up with a strategy to get from 15% to 100%. 15 doesn't go into 100, so we're not going to go there in one step. It might take a few steps. So there's lots of different ways you could do it. I'm just going to show you the way I thought of. Well, I've got from 15%, and if I divide it by 3, that takes me to 5%. So 15% divided by 3 gives me 5%. So 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. So 5% of this original number was 4. I can get from 5% to 10% quite easily by multiplying by 2. So 5 times 2 gives me 10%. 4 times by 2 gives me 8. Now that I have 10% of my original number, to get from 10% to 100%, which is what I'm aiming for, I've multiplied by 10. 8 times 10 gives me 80, therefore the original number that I was looking for, in other words x, is 80. 80 is my answer, and if I wanted to check that I'm right, I could go ahead and work out what 15% of 80 is, and you will find that that is 12. Okay, so please can you find task 1 on your worksheet and work your way through those problems. These are your solutions to task 1. Okay, let's try a problem. So at the weekend, let's say I bought a t-shirt from River Island. They had a 20% off sale on all t-shirts, and I paid £10 for my t-shirt. The question I'm looking for is, what did the t-shirt cost before the sale happened? I would like you to pause the video and try this problem and before I explain it, and I'm willing to bet that most of the class will get this question wrong because there is a very, very common mistake. So please pause the video, and then when you're ready for me to explain it in full, unpause the video. Okay, so I'm willing to bet at least half of the class got an answer of 12. Unfortunately, that is not correct. If you got an answer of 12, you've made the most common mistake on this problem, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get the correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to draw a diagram first of all. So let's say this 100%, this represents the original amount of the t-shirt. So I don't know this yet, but we are told that when 20% got taken off the value of the t-shirt, this part is £10. So 80% represents £10. So I'm going to write that down. 80% represents £10. But I'm not interested in 80%. I want to know the whole price of the original t-shirt. In other words, I want to get from 80% to 100%. Can you think of a way to get from 80% to 100%? Well, there's lots of ways you could do it, but one way you could do it is work out what this missing 20% is. So how do I get from 80% to 20%? Well, to find this missing 20%, if I take my 80% and divide it by 4, that will give me my 20% amount. Yeah. And £10 divided by 4 gives me £2.50, which means that this missing 20%, so that original reduction was £2.50. So overall, the price of that original t-shirt was £12.50, so it was not £12. So this is why. So if you draw a bar model, it does help you avoid that common mistake. Okay, so we're going to try one more together. Please could you pause the video and have a go at this question. So the price of a car has increased by 40% and it now costs £7,000. How much did it cost originally? So please pause the video and give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to begin by drawing a diagram. Let's say 100% represents that original cost, which we don't know yet, and then 40% here is that increase. So altogether, we have 140%. So I can say that 140% represents £7,000. But I'm not interested in 140%. I'm interested in that original amount, which is 100%. So I need to come up with a strategy that gets me from 140 to 100. I can't do it in one step because 100 doesn't go into 140. So I'm going to try and think of a helpful first step to do. Would it be helpful for me to have 10%? Well, yes it would, because 10 goes into 100 quite easily. So how do I get from 140% to just 10%? Well, if I divide by 14, so 140 divided by 14 gives me 10%. 7,000 divided by 14 gives me 500. Feel free to use a calculator for these questions, by the way. So now that I have 10%, to get from 10% to 100%, I'm multiplying both sides by 10. So that 100% is £5,000. So looking at that on my diagram, £5,000 is the original cost of the car. Okay, so for task 2 today, you've got 5 reverse percentage problems to try. So give these a read. I strongly encourage you to draw a diagram for each of them. And these questions are also in your worksheet if you want to just go to that. And your solutions are also there as well. I'll also put the solutions at the end of this video. So if you pause the video now, give yourself a chance to work through it. And then I'll reveal the solutions shortly. Okay, so these are your solutions to task 2. Alright, so as I said, any questions, please just let me know. Thank you very much, guys.